Hey friends, and welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first video, just kind of going over all of my debt, kind of a little bit of a debt confession video, but we've got a lot. So we're just gonna kind of jump in. I'm just gonna start off with doing some of my smaller things like my phone, my car payment, my student loans, and then we're going to get into the credit card debt because there's quite a bit. So I'll first start off with my phone, which that is through a firm. I have my phone service through Cricket, and they don't actually like add your phone payment onto your bill. You go through a firm, so that is at 0% interest, but I do owe them money, so I'm counting that towards my debt. And I owe $241.99, which that comes out to be a payment of $28.60 every month. Next is my car payment. I pay $306 a month for my car, which it technically is $153 bi-weekly. So there are some months where it's a little bit more, but I owe $9,159 on that. And then as far as student loans go, I did go back this past semester and finish my associate's degree. It took me an awfully long time to do it, but because I had to start and stop so many times, I acquired quite a few loans with interest. So I'm at $25,463. Right now my payments are on deferment, or not like through like the government deferment, but through a like separate deferment until 2023 because I don't make enough to even cover. Well, I guess the last time they checked, I didn't make enough to make payments. And then I also just graduated, so that gave me like a 6-month window. But yeah, so those are the main, or like the easy three. I shouldn't say main three. Those are the easy three. And then we're gonna get into cards, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't even know if I want to tell you guys how many there are because this is really bad. There are 17. Granted, this does not include some of the cards that I don't use. Like there are cards that I get and I got them just to get like the intro or whatever. And then they've just kind of, I've never used them after that period. So yeah, I have 17 cards that have balances. I think I'm just going to go because I have them all kind of lined up, but it's not pretty and it's really messy on the paper over here. So I think I'm just going to kind of start with some of the smaller ones and then work my way to the larger ones. So I do have PayPal credit, and most of this balance is on like the 0% for 6 months because I had to buy things for school, like a calculator and other things to get me through the semester, since I did not, like, I qualified for student aid, but it wasn't enough to cover everything. So I owe $377.09 on that. And then my payment there is $29 a month, which this is kind of small. So I think I may do like a debt snowball to where I start small and kind of start rolling until I get to some of the bigger ones. And then I may do like an avalanche method. I'm not quite sure. Looking into some of the other ones, I have an Old Navy card. And then the balance on that, I just made a payment, so I actually need to adjust this because it will be keep writing, 114.04 there, and then I will be done with that. Next is care credit. Again, not something I anticipated on taking out, but I had to get my wisdom teeth out, and I unfortunately had to put my dog down, so that also is where some of this balance came from, because it does have a 0% interest. So I owe $525 to care credit. And now we start kind of slowly climbing the ranks here. I have a Rakuten card where I owe $427.61. That balance, or that minimum payment, is $29. I have a Victoria's Secret card, which I really need to cancel because we don't even have a Victoria's Secret store near me, and I really haven't bought anything, probably like maybe but once or twice in the last year. I am literally just paying off old debt. Basically, I shouldn't even have this, but you know, $840.93. That minimum payment is $40. I also have a PayPal MasterCard, which I owe $814.14. That minimum payment is $29. Oh my goodness, there's just so many. I'm just like trying to kind of go smallest to largest. I know these aren't in exact order, but next I have Apple, which I owe $990. That is going to be a minimum payment of $30. And then I have a TJX card, which is TJ Maxx, Marshalls, etc. $981.32 for that one. And then it kind of jumps. So I'm going to make another space because these are all the ones basically under 1,000. And the next ones kind of bump up quite a bit. So next is my American Airlines card, which has $1,916.72. This card, the minimum payment is $51, but I think that may go up because this is what scares me about all this is when the Fed moves the rate up, they also, a lot of times, obviously your credit card rates will slowly go up, but that means your minimum payments go up. So with me having so many cards, like a $5 difference on each card will literally put me back easily put me back $100 or more. So this is kind of my wake-up call to get everything in line and to kind of get my ish together. I've kind of been, you know, with my dog passing and everything, just been kind of putting stuff on the back burner, not really caring, and just kind of doing the minimum for everything, meaning like the minimum for life. And I kind of need to snap myself out of it. I've realized that there are other things that I want to achieve and do, and having all of this is just getting in the way, very much so. Next is going to be my Discover card, and I owe $1,898.06. That minimum payment is $58. I have a Wells Fargo card, and that has $2,019 on it. And that payment, last statement said that it was $25, but I think that may have been because I made payments before I actually checked what the minimum payment was, but I think this month it may go up to 30 or 35, so we'll have to check on that. Next up is my Chevy card. I need to cancel this because I'm not going to be buying a new vehicle, and I was saving all of my rewards towards purchasing a vehicle in the future, but I have decided against that. So $2,249. I'm trying to make sure everything is in frame as well. The minimum payment on that is $63. I have an Amazon card that has $2,470.55. The minimum payment on that is $77. And then here we go with the big boys. So I'm going to make another space again. I have Target, which has a balance of $3,228.97. Minimum payment on that one is $95. I have two Citi cards. The first one has a balance of $3,476, $1.51. This minimum payment is $98. This is one that has actually gone up with the last couple months, even though I have closed this card because the interest rates have been slowly climbing. The minimum payment has gone from like 92 to 98, so that's kind of why I'm waiting for some of these to start bumping up. So yeah, city number 2, I owe $2,831.27. This card has a 0% interest as well. So I have this, Care Credit, and then Affirm that are all 0% interest. So those will probably be like some of the last things that I worry about paying off. And then last but definitely not least, I have a Venmo credit card. And that has $5,909.16, and this is the one that actually makes me want to cry. My minimum payment on this is $140, but I severely dug myself into a hole for this because I put I charged my school stuff on this card. All right, sorry, my phone cut out and I knew it was going to because I only had like 8% battery, but like I was saying, I really regret charging my school stuff on here because I did not get as much financial aid as I had in the previous years that I had done school. So it kind of bit me in the butt really big. So I'm now paying for that, literally, because this card, I believe, has like a 24% interest rate. But yeah, so we're going to start from here and add it all up. I know the last time I added up my debt, it was around $54,000, I believe. And I want to say that was like a year and a half ago. So we're gonna get this started and just kind of rip the Band-Aid off because I know it is not going to be a number that I like, but it is my reality. It is what I have gotten myself into. So okay, so after this first group, we've got $34,863.99. After the second section, we have $39,934.12. So it doesn't seem as bad right now, but I know these last two are going to be where it gives me the most sting. So 1916 and 72 cents. Yeah, so now we're at $50,487.45, and I thought, you know, couldn't get more worse than 54 to, you know, thousand, but we've got all of this. So all right, grand total is $65,993.36. So I'm just going to go ahead and round that up to 66,000 because I know I did get all of these balances today, but obviously with when statements cut and other things happening with, like, you know, the Fed hiring interest rates and stuff, I know that's going to change some balances, but so I'm just going to put like roughly 66K, which this is the most debt I have ever had. Even when I bought my car in 2017, brand new, and the car cost me like $24,000. Oh, that hurts knowing that I paid $15,000 off on a car, but then I basically turned around and just turned it into credit card debt. But admitting a problem, you know, or not, I don't even want to say admitting a problem, facing a problem, you know, and getting a plan is like the first step. So this is my first step. This is where I'm headed. Honestly, this isn't even all of my bills because on a separate piece of paper, I wrote down like what my like daily expenses are. So like my rent, my utilities, groceries, gas, things like that. And that's roughly $1,000. And then I've got all of this added into that. So, yeah, but this is my debt confession. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm starting. So if you want to follow along, I would really appreciate the support. And yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.